Welcome to The Investment Circle. I'm your host, Adil Anwar. And on this video, we're going to talk about the 5 guiding principles behind making a fast lane business. The fast lane was a set of business principles created by author MJ Demarco, and it is an amazing set of principles for you to follow to make your business expand at the fastest rate possible. Here are the 5 commandments to a fast lane business. Number 1, need. It doesn't matter what you're passionate about. If your business doesn't solve an urgent need in people's lives, it'll be very difficult for your business to be successful. So, when you're creating a business, think about a need that you can solve by creating your business. According to MJ Demarco, need is one of the most overlooked aspects when creating a business. We create businesses based off of just our passions. And look, I'm not gonna be someone that tells you not to follow your passions. You should. When you're creating a business, it's great to be passionate about whatever business you're creating. But let's be honest, can't we all get passionate about living on a yacht, making tons of money, having freedom? I know those are things I'm passionate about, so I can work hard. Even if I don't have lots of interest in the subject matter of certain things I'm doing for my business, that's okay for me because I do have a lot of interest in the life that I'm gonna create for myself through applying business principles. For Infinite Hash, my Bitcoin mining company, there were a lot of things that I didn't have that much interest in, and I still had to work 18-hour days. But at the end of the day, I made up to a 7x return for my initial investors beyond the price of Bitcoin. So if you would have just bought Bitcoin and held it, you made 7 times more money using my company. And that's something that created a lot of passion in me because I was super excited about what I was getting, the results I was getting for my customers. And if you can create passion while solving a need, it's a much bigger deal than just working on a project you're just passionate about. I'm stuttering it up over here today. Number 2. Barriers to entry. If you create a business such as a dropshipping business in today's day and age using Oberlo.com, it's probably not going to be that successful. I mean, let's be honest. You're going to have a boatload of competitors that have a boatload more capital than you and a boatload more experience, right? So if you're competing with people, it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to gain a market share that's worth it for you. Okay, so what you need to do instead is see if you can create a vertical in a business that other people aren't involved in. If there are higher barriers to entry in making your business, then it's going to be more difficult for copycats to copy you. And there's tons of barriers to entries that you can use for your business. For example, when you're starting out a new business, you can make your own recipes, your own trade secrets. Maybe you're the barrier to entry. The way you work, how hard you work, how many hours you're willing to dedicate, maybe that's something that other people aren't willing to do, right? You're gonna be a one-man shop that's able to wear a multitude of hats and constantly be on the grind. That's not something that a lot of other people are willing to do, right? Most people just want passive income without any of the active work associated with it. So that can be what your differentiating barrier to entry is. Now, I'm not saying that, making a drop shipping company or doing affiliate sales, those aren't going to be profitable niches. But what I am saying is it's easier to have a defensible position as a business owner. And so you should always try to create a business that is defensible. So number 2 is your barriers to entry. Number 3, control. I actually don't consider this business to be a fast lane business. I created this more as a hobby for myself because I have no control over this YouTube channel. Honestly, I really don't. One day YouTube could decide to pack up their things, they're done, sell the company, I could have different ownership, they could demonetize your videos. I don't even get paid for monetization yet, so different things could happen. And so if you're not in control of your business, then you're not living by the fast lane principles, right? Because when you have control over every aspect of your business, or as much as possible, you're able to be far more successful because more things are under your control, right? So I can work on fixing the marketing myself. I can work on fixing my messaging about my company. If I'm getting products, right, and they're created at a factory that I'm overseeing, I can make sure to do quality control that's reasonable, right? While if I'm outsourcing products and I'm having them made in a different country where I'm not even going there to watch them being made or anything like that, sometimes I'm giving that control away, right? And by giving away control, you're basically making it that much more difficult for your business to be a success. I know when you're first starting out, it's really, really difficult. Let's be honest. It's hard as heck starting out a business to not outsource, right? But what you want to do is have a healthy balance, right? Not to outsource every single thing related to your business, okay? You want to outsource the things that you can't do effectively within the time constraints that you have. But don't outsource everything. Be passionate about what you're working on and look to create real value for your customers. One of the businesses that I'm creating right now, tryscrubs.com, I'm there through every part of the manufacturing process, the design process. I worked with my web designers to make sure that the web design was, up to my standards. I work with my younger brother every day to make sure that our scrubs are actually differentiating themselves in the marketplace, right? So this is something that I'm really passionate about. And at first, I wasn't that passionate about, healthcare scrubs. But now that I'm working in the space and I have so much control over the changes that are being made for the company, it's something I really get behind and I love it now. Also, by having control over the company, I'm able to reduce our shipment rates down to only 2 to 4 days, right? And we're thinking about even implementing free 2-day shipping for our products. That's something that you wouldn't be able to do, if you're drop shipping products from China and Vietnam. You're gonna have to take out the time to figure out what's gonna work best for you and your customers. How are you gonna provide the most value over your competitors? And one of the best ways to do that, ship locally. Okay, it's fantastic. And the only way you can do that is to have control over your processes. I know that this may increase the final cost of your product, but you'll be so surprised to know how much your customers are willing to pay more money as long as the product's actually worth it. We can't think about, we want to just keep costs down because our customers, they're not going to pay that obscene price. Get that thought out of your mind. If your product is a high quality product, deserving of its high price, people will pay for it. Number 4, scale. If you're gonna wanna live a life that has you having a ski house up in Vail, Colorado, having a beach house in Miami or Malibu, houses all over the world, then I'm gonna be honest with you. You're gonna need a business that can scale. It's very difficult. My brother is going to be a doctor, but he has a finite amount of people that he can treat, no matter how great of a doctor he is, right? He can only treat people around his general region. So by having a business that can scale, you make it so there's no cap on the amount of money that you can make. This is actually one of the principles that this YouTube channel actually does follow in the fast lane, because the amount of time I spend making these videos, researching the topics, and creating the content for you guys, as the channel grows, I can scale this up to, I might be making a video that's the same video that I'm making for just one of you out there is going to be the same video that can be viewed by potentially tens of thousands of people in the future. And that's huge, right? So always try to define your parameters for your business in a way that's easily scalable so you can keep growing the business in time. For one of my other companies, for Try Scrubs, for example, I'm trying to use economies of scales to get those prices down so that when we're making product, we're producing things, we want it to be as cheap as possible while also having the best quality possible. So scale is going to be something that is very, very vital to any fast lane business. There's also something called a network effect that is created from these YouTube videos. So if you're watching this video, it really helps us if you could please click that like button, hit that subscribe button down below and get this video out in front of as many people as possible, because what we're trying to do is help everyone make more money and put more money into their pockets. And that's all that matters to me. Not trying to get money off this, nothing else. I just want to help as many entrepreneurs as possible, because I know there were other people like my friend Keith, like my friend Robin, that helped me when I needed other people's help, to get my butt off the couch and start believing in myself again. And I want to do that for as many people as possible. So if you guys could please hit that like button, smash that subscribe, it would be really appreciated. The last thing I wanted to say in regards to scale is there is only one you. Just like there's only one Jeff Bezos, one Bill Gates, one of every person on this planet. And just like us, they only have 24 hours. But they choose to use those 24 hours in a way that allows them to get their products in the hands of as many people as possible. And that is a principle that you need to follow in making your fast lane business. It'll take time, it'll take effort, but scaling has a network effect where the more people that are using your product, the more people that will find out about your product, and the more people that will then go on to purchase your other products, or tell their friends about your products and get them to purchase your products. So always work on scaling your companies effectively under your own financial constraints. Number 5, time. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're trading your time for money, you're in the slow lane. And that's okay. Everyone does not have to be in the fast lane. All of my businesses are not fast lane businesses in all 5 of these facets. But I do try to adhere to these principles as best as I possibly can. I'm gonna link below to MJ Demarco's books. I did read one of them, the Millionaire Fastlane, and it's a fantastic book. You'll really get a lot out of it. It's not written like a lot of these other get help books that are trying to make you successful. There's no BS. He cuts out all the noise, gets straight to the point, and hammers home, one day when you have that F this event where you decide, like, I'm tired of being underpaid for my skills and my value. Once that moment happens for you, it's gonna be very easy for you to wake up and decide, I'm gonna hit the ground running, I'm gonna make a successful business, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make myself a success. Because let's face it, like I was just saying, there's only 24 hours in a day. You need to make use of those 24 hours the best possible way for yourself. I can't tell you what that looks like, but I know for myself, I set an alarm every day. I'm up 6:30, take a shower, start meditating, eat my breakfast, hit the gym, and after that, I'm sitting on that computer. I take all the distractions out of my time. I have this app called Focus Me, and I make sure to put my phone on mute, which my girlfriend hates, but she has to deal with it. I'm hard to get in touch with during these hours because I want to get done as much work as I can. And I noticed by just not going to Facebook, by just not going to Instagram, or checking my email every 5 seconds, I was able to do the work I would do in 3 hours in just 1 hour instead. I mean, it's like a no-brainer for me because now I get to spend more time with my family because there's more time available for me because I get more work done. It's absolutely crazy, but realistically nowadays, I spend between 6 and 9 hours working only. Before, I was spending 18 hours working. And I probably get more work done now than I did before. Once you set up your businesses, right, all of these businesses, because they scale so effectively, you will have more free time. The first year and a half, it's kind of difficult. You don't have much time. But once your businesses are all up and running, you can outsource and delegate certain responsibilities, have virtual assistants that can do a lot of work for you, and still make more and more money. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you for listening to this video. Again, we have Tom Basso coming up next week, and it's actually my 32nd birthday in 2 days. So super stoked to get some content out for you guys around that time, and I'm looking forward to keep doing this together, guys. I stuttered way too much in this video, so I'm sorry about that as well. Anyway, entrepreneurship together. Let's do this, guys.